But yeah, I think she's a great character. And if you don't think so, you can fight me in Sakura. Yeah. Y'all, welcome to the first ever Tier List Tuesday, abbreviated TiLT, T-I-L-T. Yeah, you might get tilted because of the facts that I'm bringing to the table, so just be ready for that. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, some of y'all have some weird opinions about this series, so hopefully I can shed some light or something of the other. But yeah, I thought the first one should be Danganronpa because it's the first kind of series of games that we completed on stream, so webcam's a little messed up. There we go. So yeah, I thought that we should definitely get this game series as the first one. I think that makes sense. So what I've played through the first 3 games, the main games, Trigger Happy Havoc, V2 and V3. I also watched the anime for Trigger Happy Havoc, don't recommend it. Typical game adaptation stuff. And then I also watched the Danganronpa 3 anime. I haven't done anything else, but yeah, there's gonna be spoilers for those. Go figure. I haven't played Despair Girls. I probably won't ever, just because I don't want to play that on this channel, because it touches on some specific subjects I'd rather not go into on the channel. But yeah. Hopefully this goes well. This is my first time doing this, so bear with me if there's any issues I'm having, and also if I don't remember character names, don't get mad, there's like a billion of them. Like, Jesus. Yeah. Here it is. The Danganronpa characters tier list maker. Created by ShadowBuddy3 on Twitter. Go follow him if you feel so inclined. So, some of these characters on this list I don't know, but I know a good handful of them. Will I forget names? Yes, I will. But we'll get through it. Anyway. First we have to, of course, name our tiers. So these are going to be the best boys and girls. That's going to be that tier list, okay? That we're going to have the tier of literary? I can speak, I promise. Why does my webcam keep look like it's weird? Like, stop that. What the dump? And then the last one we're going to have literally does nothing, because as much as I do not like some of the characters, if you literally do nothing, that's even worse somehow. And it'll be pink. Let's get this started. And we'll just go in order from, like, here down, because, like, this would be a pain in the butt if I'm trying to put him all the way on top tier. Which, I don't even know who the heck this is, because I haven't played all the games, but I said that at the beginning. So we should be fine. Anyway, so Akane. I think Akane's okay as a character, but she's kind of, I don't know, she's average. Like, she has her good points with, like, Nekamaru and stuff, but that's about it. I don't know. There's not really much to say on her. Like, she's cool. She likes to eat. That's about it. What do you want from me? I'm gonna try to make this not like a 40-minute ordeal like some people make it out to be, so if you have questions, leave them. I'll try to get to them. Next, we have Angie Younaga. Even though I love her voice actress, she's kind of an insane cult leader. Not gonna lie. So yeah. We're gonna throw her... where do we want to throw her? I think she's average. I'll put her above Akane. This is all ordered, by the way. But yeah, I'm gonna put her above Akane. Just because, like, when I first started playing V3, I thought she was gonna be, like, one of the, like, at least I hang out with, like, the girls and guys evenly, but I thought it was gonna be like, oh yeah, definitely go hang out with her. No, it wasn't. Sadly. She is kind of crazy. Like, she runs a cult, but the cult is like a hippie cult. Oh, another thing I should mention. I should have mentioned this before. Most of the opinions are coming from the main stories. Like, if you're hanging out with them for free time events, I'm taking those into consideration, but not as much as just basic stuff. So yeah. Anyway. I'm gonna throw Angie there just because of that. And then we'll move on to Owie Asahina. Owie Asahina. Honestly, her free time events aren't that great, but despite that, for me, she ended up being my favorite female from the first game. And it's not for those reasons, don't get me wrong. I just liked how upbeat she was and cheerful. Like, I don't know. I like characters like that. But yeah, I'm gonna put her there. And I think that's a safe bet. A lot of you might not like that, but we're gonna be on a roll going into best boys and best girls. We're throwing Byakuya right up here. Now, a lot of people dislike Byakuya, but come on, I like him. I like him. He's a cool guy. Come on. Like, come on, hear me out. Like, yeah, Byakuya. Yeah, rare you get to see me without glasses, but I had something on. Byakuya's, yeah, he's kind of an asshole at times, but at the same time, it's like, he's snarky and I kind of like that, and yeah, I don't know. He seems cool. I'm glad that he was a survivor, as well with Aoi. Moving on, we're gonna go into Celeste. Now, Celeste, I really like, but at the same time, she's kind of mean. And you're gonna see this a lot with me. I'm gonna put her right here. Now, she's good, she's the ultimate gambler, but her treatment of others is kind of questionable, and she kind of went psychotic when she was found out. I don't know, I liked a lot of her character, but at the same time I didn't like certain aspects of it, hence the average for being put into this tier. I do like Angie better for whatever reason. Chiaki Nanami. A lot of people either really like this character or really don't. So I'm one of the people that actually really like her, even though she is a Mary Sue. I like her philosophy, and one thing that the anime actually did, I think it was, I can't remember if it's Despair Future Arc, but they showed like how she died and how she kind of reached out to other characters and stuff like that, and I really enjoyed that. But I know a lot of people don't like her, but she's one of my favorite characters in the whole franchise. And it's not because she's the ultimate gamer. Anyway, Chihiro. Now, I don't know where to put him. It's kind of difficult. You either put him in pretty good, but I think I'm gonna put Chihiro in average, which is gonna upset a lot of people, and I'm lumping Ultra Ego into this. We might move him up, but yeah, I like Chihiro. I liked the whole story arc of wanting to become a man, ooh. Like, I like that. But I just don't, I think there's other characters that I like more, which is what's keeping him down. That's the only thing. But yeah. Moving on. We have Fuyuhiku. Fuyuhiko. Fuyuhiko. I love a good redemption story. Don't get me wrong. And it was a good one. Honestly, he is my favorite. He's one of my favorites. Like, he's vulgar enough that it's not like too overbearing. And it's, I don't know. I like this character. I think that's fine. I know other people like, well, what about Nagito? He's so much better. Like, no. I actually like Fuyuhiko. That's just me. I don't know. Anyway. Our next one. I struggle with this placement of Gonta. Gonta's like, I don't know. He's supposed to be like the big, dumb, big guy, right? But those characters normally don't get me, and for most of the game of V3, I really didn't care about Gonta. It wasn't until, like, the trial with, in the alternate world, where I actually started caring for him, and I felt so bad, and that was, like, one of the only trials where I'm like, oh my god. Like, it actually hit me. Like, most of Danganronpa, surprisingly, isn't like, oh my god, my heart's broken, I need to take 5 minutes and walk out. Like, no. No. It's not that bad. What does do that is Boku Rano. Great anime. Anyway. But yeah, with Gonta, we're gonna put him in pretty good. He's definitely above average for me just because of that one trial alone, but I don't think he's gatekeeper worthy just yet. And he probably won't ever be, but yeah. So our next character is Gundam. Now, a lot of people are not going to be happy about this placement. Just saying, like, I don't think Gundam's all that great. Like, I liked him, don't get me wrong. But he wasn't anything, like, miraculous, right? Like, he wasn't, like, amazing or anything. But yeah, he's going, I'm gonna put him right here. I think that's fair. Because, like, yeah, he does have his quirks and he is funny, but it's not really my kind of humor that he goes after. I do like his hamsters. That's about it. Sorry. Okay. The next character, as you can see, it is Hajime Hinata. Hajime is one of my favorite Danganronpa characters, and I think the anime actually helped that a little bit. Even how bad the anime is, it did make him a bit better. Just because you got to see, like, everything that happened during that time when he transformed into Izuru. And yeah, it gave him a lot more character depth, and even just from the main games, like, he's a great protagonist, and I'm gonna put him right next to Chiaki. And I don't know, I feel like his character is just really great because it shows how badly somebody can want something, and the lengths they'll go to get it, so hence he is one of my favorite characters. You know who's not one of my favorite characters, though? Fumi. I just don't like him. I'm gonna be honest, like, he's kind of weird, and it's okay to be weird. Embrace your weirdness, but this is, like, I don't know, dude. Something about him I just did not like. Like, at all. And we're slowly starting to fill this out. We're making good time, I think, right? Let me see how long I've been streaming. 22 minutes, huh? Maybe. Anyway, let's continue. Emiko, the ultimate mage. I think Himiko's a great character, just seeing her character development after, like, from before, when she was, like, kind of just depressed, all the way up to the end, where she's kind of happy, and, like, yeah, it's not a pain to do everything, like, oh my god, it's such a pain. Like, no. She definitely had character development, and I honestly think she deserves to be up here. And it's kind of weird, because she is kind of useless. And I always see her as, like, a mix between Megumin, the mage aspect, and then Aqua being useless, and that equals Himiko. Simple maths. Alright? But yeah. Guys, I don't want to do this next character at all. God. Okay, so this next character is Hiyoko. Hiyoko, you just go there. Is there anybody who likes this character? Like, at all? Please tell me if you do. I'd love to know. But good god, no. I don't even think I need to explain why she is down there. Anyway, moving on. Gonna be another controversial thing. Buki. Yeah, you see that placement, right? I'm not big into Ibuki. Like, I know a lot of y'all are, but she's not really my type. Just saying. I don't know. That's just me personally. I don't think she's that great. Like, she's great. She's good. Like, I liked her character, but definitely not. I think she's really overrated just because she's like a cute anime girl, which you're gonna see a lot. That's gonna come up a lot. But yeah, I don't think our next character needs any introduction. The Ultimate Despair Junko Enoshima. I think she's a great character. The anime kind of brought her down a little bit, not gonna lie. But despite that, I still think she belongs up here in the pretty good tier list. Or tier. I mean, just all of her personalities, like, you could find something to like about her, but it's like a like-hate thing. Love-hate thing, whatever. But yeah, that's at least my thoughts on it. I don't know. Anyway, moving over to the next character, Kaede Akamatsu, the ultimate pianist. I don't think she's technically a main character. And besides the stuff with Shuichi, she's just kind of there. She is funny, don't get me wrong, but I don't think she's like top tier by any means, and a lot of people are gonna be like, oh my god, Kakanation, you just put her in average? Like, yeah. There's not really much to her. Like, we've seen her character arc with Makoto, which I think is done a hell of a lot better. So sorry, but that's just kind of how it is, you know? Kind of how it is. Another character that I think is very, very, like, I don't know, you either love him or hate him. And he's going up into Best Boys. Kaito, I'll discuss him more later when another character comes up. So for now, I'm just going to put him there, and we're going to move on. And we're moving on to another difficult scenario where people are going to be mad at me, and it's whatever, I don't care. Kazuichi Soda, the ultimate mechanic. I like his simp level, but he never really did anything for me. That's kind of all there is to it. Like, I like how he likes Sonya. But then again, it's like, that's kind of all he does. But yeah. Oh god. I just keep looking down at the next character we're doing, and I'm like, oh my god, this is just gonna get worse and worse. A lot of people like Kibo a lot. I don't think he's that great, to be honest. I'm putting him here, like, he has his funny moments for sure. But yeah, he's supposed to be all of us or whatever, like, cool. But yeah, doesn't really do anything for me. He's a cool character, it's a cool concept, it's cool design, but besides that, I can't really be like, oh yeah, this one moment made me like this character. He was just kind of there, which is fine. He had his funny moments, but whatever. That's kind of it. Our next character, Kurumi. There's a lot to not like about Kurumi, but I actually liked her. Her resolve and everything is great, but then it's like at the same time she's kind of just... I mean, she's a murderer, but she murdered for good reason. I'm putting in her average. Like, she has good qualities, bad qualities, you kind of just meet them in the middle, and there you go. Yeah, we're kind of filling up this average bit pretty quick. Kind of starting to look like a bell curve. Anyway, speaking of average, we're going to put Kyo right there. I think he's better than Kurumi, and hence his placement, but not better than Kazuichi, solely for the fact that he has the bromance with Mondo, and I think that was great. That was just great. And I'm also putting his like Super Saiyan form in this as well. But yeah, that's kind of it. Like, a lot of these characters I can't say much about because to the overall story they don't really do much. Which not everybody can play an integral role to the story because there's a billion characters to go through. There's literally, on this tier list alone, that I'm not going to put everybody there, but there's 100 characters. So not everybody's going to be like, oh yeah, the super magnificent being that directs the story and all that. Like, no. Just doesn't happen. Anyway, moving on to a lot of people's favorite character in the entire franchise, Kokichi Oma. Kokichi is, it's hard. So, I said I was going to talk about Kaito at a later point, this is it. So I think Kaito, or Shuichi, or Kokichi, Jesus, he's a gatekeeper. Right next to Himiko, a little bit below there. So I said I was going to talk about Kaito. So I think Kaito and Shuichi are the same side, or the same coin, just different sides. Different sides of the same coin. And together they kind of get, these two characters alone, get across like all of the main points for V3. Like, with Kaito, he's just blindly trusting people and hoping, while on the flip side, Kokichi is just lying and it's all about finding the actual truth. And it's kind of going about how to get that. That's at least what I took from V3. So yeah, like, Kokichi's great, so is Kaito. I think Kaito's better. I like his philosophy a bit more than Kokichi's, to be honest with you. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. This character, kind of hard to place. On one half, like, his free time events are really great. But on the other side, it's like, I'm not gonna talk about it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. So yeah, it's hard to place him, but I think he's gonna be Kyo's gonna be our first entrant onto the below average. Sadly. For some people. Like, it's a cool dynamic with his free time events. He kind of is like a teacher to you. For, like, history, anthropology, and... yeah, just... I like him. I like his character, but the stuff he's into, not really my thing. This next one's gonna be a big point of contention as well. We have the first, at least in this series, probably wasn't the first, like, ever. But the first entry of the Ultimate Detective, Kyoko Kirigiri. Kyoko is, in my opinion, very overrated. And here's why. Like, she's a great detective and all. I'm not saying she's bad. Don't, like, start typing away. Like, no. She's not bad. But, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I still think that she belongs, she's a pretty good character. I'm gonna put her right here for now. I think that's fine. But yeah, I think a lot of people overrate her. For obvious reasons. I get it. But, I don't know. Her character is great, but it's not great enough to be like, yep, that's my favorite of all time. Like, no. Anyway, moving on to Leon, who I also think is pretty good. When I first started playing Danganronpa for the first time, I went into it, I'm like, God, you know what? Leon's such a bro. Like, he seems like he's gonna be best bro of this game. And then he murders somebody, chapter 1. I'm like, well, there goes that. And we'll get into the character he murdered in a bit. But yeah, I was upset. I was like, oh, I was really looking forward to bonding with him. But I guess Kaito, in a way, that's probably why I like Kaito so much. Because of the goatee, obviously. Next character. Mahiru. I know she's alright. She's alright. Again, like, not everybody could be a game changer in this. There's way too many characters. She's going right below Kibo. Just because, like, yeah, she's cool and all, but she doesn't really do anything. It's kind of there. I mean, who does something, though? It is central to the story. Maki, the ultimate assassin. I think Maki's amazing, and personally, for me, she was one of my favorite characters from V3. And a lot of people bring up, like, oh, but in the second trial, like, she almost screwed everybody over because she didn't want to talk, and it's like, well, yeah, but then she said it, and she didn't say it for the longest time, for good reasons. Like, she didn't want stuff brought upon her, and it, like, we would have instantly just been like, yep, she's the murderer, we got him. Like, no. But yeah, I think she's great. Her progression, her character development, it's all amazing. I thought it was really, really good. But yeah, another character that needs no introduction, Makoto, Big Mac himself. I think Makoto's a great protagonist, especially for your introduction to the series. I would have to put Makoto right below Hajime. His simp levels are insane. Or that's what I think. And yeah, just his kind of like the same thing with Kaido, like the blind hope sort of deal. Like, he has that, and he has it for good reason. Like, he's the ultimate lucky student. But yeah, he's a good main character. He's a good first main character of the series. I think Hajime's is slightly better. But yeah, that's about it. Moving on. Mikan. Mikan, I really liked her character. I was sad when... We try not to bring up the anime, but... she was kind of the first one to be manipulated by Junko. But yeah, I liked her. She's a gatekeeper. Just because, like, I don't know, she's a funny character. When she falls down and is clumsy, I don't really care for that part. Hence her being a gatekeeper and not up here. But I think she's fine overall. And I really liked her. And yeah, I think that's about it. Another one that a lot of people really like for whatever reason is Miu, the ultimate adventure. She's vulgar, and she's a cute anime girl. So, but if she was a guy, would people like her as much? That's my question. I don't think they would. It would kind of be like some other characters that are on this list. But I think overall, like, and she was designed to be hated, but I think she's actually pretty funny. Like, I think she's a funny character and just brings a lot to the table for the story. So, despite this, like, if she was a dude, I don't know if I'd like her as much, which I'll be fair. It's a fair point. But yeah, I'm putting her just below Gonta. And I think that's okay. Our next character is Mondo. Mondo, I like him a lot. He's vulgar and he admits to basically all of the before that, I'm putting him pretty good, right above Leon. He admits that he wasn't manly enough to help somebody, and how he's actually not, like, manly, and that's the word that they use in the game. Whatever. But yeah, he's a great character. I liked him a lot. But yeah. Anyway, the next character, Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. You all know the meme. Whatever. Mukuro Ikusaba. God, the anime, actually showed some of her character right. But in the games, she literally never did anything for me. Except for making me think she was Junko. Which I actually noticed my first play around. I'm like, huh, those freckles weren't there, were they? Maybe they were. I don't know. But yeah, I'm putting her also in below average. She's kind of like just the henchman to Junko who dies, and that's kind of it. Not that great of a character in my mind. Anyway, next character. A lot of people really like this character, and I do too. I think the anime actually makes this character even better, and I'm putting Nagito right above Gatekeepers, right at the top of Gatekeepers. Nagito in the anime actually made me laugh, which is something I don't usually do when watching a lot of things, so I thought it was great. And he's funny, and just him looking at his hand is such like a meme at this point that it's like, my hand. But yeah, I liked him. Anyway, let's move on. But yeah, not my favorite from the franchise. I like a lot of people, but I don't think he's overrated. I think he's up there. Not my favorite character, but yeah, he's up there. Moving on. We have Nekamaru Nidai. I think his was like the ultimate team trainer or something to that extent. He had his fun with like Akane, like he was funny and all, but that's kind of all he was good for, really, like when you get to the end of things. He's right above Korakyo. That's about it. Another person who's very underwhelming if it wasn't for somebody else is Fuyuhiku. Wait. Why did I just say... God, I'm dumb. I'm so stupid. Okay, if it wasn't for Fuyuhiku, this character wouldn't really be that great as Peko. I think hers is like the ultimate swordsman? Anyway. Just kind of there. She's cute, but cuteness can't always carry you. Sorry. Continuing on, we do have Taro. I think Taro's a great character. Firstly, I'm going to put him right below Miyu. Even without free time events, I really liked this character. It might have been the voice that I gave this character. And normally I don't like look up like character sexuality stuff, right? Like, you are what you are. It shouldn't be a main essence of your character. I don't think it ever should be. I think it should just be like, yeah, it's a little smid bitch. Smid. But yeah, it should just be a little aspect. I saw this one theory where it's like based on the stuff he wears, like his earrings and one of his rings and like a couple things he says in the game. He's asexual. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's actually like a good theory, but I don't really care. He's a cool character. I liked Taro so much, and I was so sad when he died. And then when they were trying to bring people back, and then it just didn't work. I'm like, oh, we almost had Taro back. Oh well. Moving on though. So this character, I really like. I think that he should have been... It would have been cool to see him as a survivor. Sadly, that's not what happened. Yeah, I'm talking about Ryoma, the ultimate tennis pro and ultimate prisoner, technically. He's going right below Kaede. Like, in average. Which... that one kind of sucks for me, not gonna lie. I want to put him higher, but I just can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, I thought he was good. If he did end up surviving longer, it would have been a cool redemption arc. Kind of similar to Fuyuhiku's, I would assume. But it just didn't happen, sadly. Now we move on to one of my favorite characters, actually, like Sakura Ogami, definitely up there. Probably right below Kokichi. Just her relationship with Aoi and just feeling so remorseful. I don't know. For her actions, like it's amazing to see. Her character is really well written. She definitely deserves to be up there. I think she's very overrated or underrated, just for like how she looks and stuff. Like, oh, ugh, I don't want. Ugh. But yeah, I think she's a great character. And if you don't think so, you can fight me in Sakura. I. Moving on though, Sayaka Mizono. You know, when I was talking about Leon, I said Leon was the best bro. She was like, Sayaka was gonna be the girl that I probably hung out with the most. But yeah, they both died in the first trial. It was kind of bad. It kind of sucked, not gonna lie. But we're gonna put her right under the Ultimate Detective from the same game. And yeah, she's kind of manipulative, really. Like, if you look at it, especially with Makoto, like, poor Makoto, like, thinks this girl likes him and then was literally trying to frame him for murder. Yikes. Thankfully, he found Kirigiri, though, so that's good. Anyway, moving on to the final protagonist of the series, technically. Shuichi Saihara. I think he's the lowest character for me, for the mains. He's going right between Sakura and Mikon as a gatekeeper. He has a good redemption story, don't get me wrong, but it's just not enough. Like, I don't know, nothing for him popped out at me too much, but I did like the effort that he put into like training with Kaito and Maki, and I don't know, it was good. He was the weakest detective ever, but I think that kind of brought it down. It kind of seemed like, yeah, I'm a shonen protagonist. Like, nah, not enough. Sorry. Moving on, though, we have Sonia Nevermind, the ultimate princess. I like Sonia. I don't know, is she overrated or like? I hardly ever hear anybody talk about Sonia. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, I never do. I liked her. She ain't like this level on like best and gatekeepers, but she's up there. She's up there. Moving on though. How do I talk about this character? Like, it's hard. Like, she has some redeemable qualities, Tenko. But the fact that you hate, like, half of the population, it's kind of hard to put it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if y'all like Tenko a lot. I wanted to like her, but she just hates half of the population, and I tried to give her a chance, don't get me wrong. And then, like, her free time events aren't good either, and it's like, ugh. But yeah, we're gonna stay on a streak here of staying in the worst characters. Sadly, the ultimate chef is going down there. The one thing that the anime did, though, is make him a little bit more likable. As weird as that sounds, but Teru, the ultimate chef, is definitely a bottom tier. Like, just... I'm not gonna try to... Like, he tried to drug... not Nagito. Hajime. And it's like, ugh. Anyway, continuing on. Toko, I know this is the creator's favorite character. I just don't like her. I don't know what it is. She's in the worst tier, as you can see. I just don't know. I know a lot of people like her. Don't worry though. I'm also going to be rating Genocider as well, and this is just coming from not playing the Ultimate Despair Girls game, so take it with a grain of salt, if you will. Anyway, how much more characters do we have? Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. A lot of the later ones I don't have to talk about too much, so we're doing well. We're doing well. Our next character, though. So, apparently people really like this character even before the end of the game, and I'm just very confused by it. I don't know. But yeah, she's plain. You know she's plain. But yeah, Sumugi. I always struggle saying her name too. But yeah, she's not the best, not the worst. But when you take it all into perspective, she's kind of just mid. She's kind of plain. So yeah. Another character that benefits from the anime is the Ultimate Imposter, which, yeah, you don't really get to see much of in the game. So, and even with the anime, it doesn't make it a big difference. So, sadly for the Ultimate Imposter, you're going right here. Don't need to explain myself anymore. And sticking in below average characters, for whatever reason, Hiro. I know a lot of people like him. I didn't really care for him that much, to be honest with you. Like, he's just kind of dumb, and it seems like he smokes weed. Like, that's his character. I don't know, and some, like, he had a couple funny lines, but that's not, like... I was kind of upset that he was one of the last people left, the survivors, because he didn't really deserve it. At least in my mind. I don't know. Moving on, though. Now we're getting into some characters I don't know, like these next two. I don't know. But we do have... Or I'm not going to look up... I can't remember the names, and I'm not going to look them up for the anime. For Danganronpa 3, the anime. But our teacher, or the teacher, I guess, for the second game students, the 78th class, I think it was. She's probably my favorite anime character, but that doesn't mean much. That just means she's getting put into average, like whatever. Now moving on, we have the Great Gyozu, I think. Literally does nothing. That's it. Now we have Genocider. Genocider, unlike her counterpart Toko, I think's pretty good. I really liked her. And yeah, she goes into pretty good. I like her tendencies. She's kind of crazy, but not in a scary way either. She's just kind of there. But yeah. And now we get a bunch of characters I don't know, and then we get to the director, Kirigiri's dad. He doesn't really do anything. And then we get into the next guy, who... I think he was... No, he wasn't the Ultimate Metal. I can't remember... See, that's the problem with the anime. I can't even remember their ultimate talents. But he goes here. I actually liked his character. At least the little arc that he had, you know? I think it was good. I think it was good. Then we get to the director from the anime. And I'm putting him in below average. A lot of the anime I'm not going to touch upon that much, so be prepared for, like, a little bit faster ones. This next guy, though, I actually liked. He kept his promise to Kirigiri, his father. And so he at least gets there. I really liked him. I wanted him to live. Sadly, he did not. And then we have Makoto's younger sister. Again, she didn't really do much outside of Ultra Despair Girl, so I can't really touch upon her that much, but at least in the anime side, she did nothing. And then we move on to... Oh my god, I really did not like this guy, and he's barely getting into here. Into below average. Just because I kind of liked his character arc, but he was still a piece of crap. Just saying. This girl's, for what I've seen, only the anime, she pilots somebody else. That's about it. I know she has a major point in Ultra Despair Girls, but yeah. But now we're starting to get into some of the bears. Monodam. I think Monodom's okay. Wait, is there... Okay. I think Monodom's okay, but at the same time, it's like a lot of the bears don't really do much, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, Monodam goes there. He is one of my favorite bears for the Mono Cubs, I guess. But yeah, that doesn't really mean anything. Mono Kid is gonna go right there. I like how he is vulgar, but he's still below average. Like, I don't think the Cubs really do much. At least for me. The Cubs might not do much, but, Monokuma? What would Danganronpa be without Monokuma? He's going right next to Nagito. Up at Gatekeepers, I think he's an integral part of the story, and he's kind of insane, so there's that. Next up, we have more... Oh, I missed somebody. I did. I just saw. Yeah, you literally died. That's all you did. In the entire anime. That's all you did. Like, said a couple words and then died. Like, what do you want me to do? Come on. The next character... Where were we? Oh, God. Where were we? Come on. Oh, Monomi. Right. Monomi I actually liked a lot. Obviously not as good as Monokuma. But, I think Monomi's, like, a good character. And this is her in the game, I'm pretty sure. So there's that. She was good. I liked how she was trying to help. And I guess we can put this other Monomi here. Are they? They're technically not the same, I know that, but like... Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Now we go on to the other Mono kids that are left. Mono Fanny, I believe, is probably my favorite Mono Cub for whatever reason. I don't know why. She can go there. And Mono Taro, sadly, or Monosuke, can go... Actually, where do I want to put Monosuke? Probably right before Mukuro, actually. I think that's better. Putting them above Mukuro, yeah. And then Monotaro, the final Mono Kid, can go right before his other brothers. Then we get into more anime characters. Oh my god, I really don't care. This is the little... I think she was in Ultra Despair Girls, but in the anime she didn't really do much, so there she goes. And then we have this other character from the anime who I don't really care about, and she's kind of a piece of crap. So she goes there. She kind of just used another character, which, let me see, so we can talk about it. At least from my point of view, she used this character. I just put on this one. And it was kind of just cruddy, whatever. At least from my point of view, I don't know. It doesn't really matter, the anime was pretty bad. Another anime character, I think he was probably the second best of all the anime characters. Like, Miturai, we'll put him there. I liked his storyline, it was good. That's about it. Cool, moving on. Oh, this dude who literally just ate the candies, he can go up here. He wasn't as bad, but yeah, he's still kind of there. And I think that does it. Let's do one last check. Yeah, I like this. This is all ordered. Everything's nice. Yeah, I think that does it. But yeah, yeah, I think we're done. We did it. We got through our first TiLT. First one's done. Hopefully you liked it. Probably didn't though, because let's be honest, some of these are pretty, that does it. That's the tier list. That's the ultimate tier list. We did it. That's grueling. But yeah, let me know if, my facts are incorrect. They could be. Very much so. But I think that's a fine tier list. I'll even take myself off of here. There we go. Boom. Easy. But yeah, this is my tier list. Let me know what I got wrong about it. It'll be great. Anyways, I'll see y'all next time.